Another management method is VTY. In router we call them VTY, either virtual terminal line, either virtual teletype, either telnet. In simple words we call them a telnet. What is VTY? What is terminal? What is telnet? Basically this is a way to connect to your network devices remotely, like you are using TeamViewer, yeah, to connect to your device remotely from anywhere in the world. But because in Cisco router and Cisco switch and Cisco ASA there is no graphical way, so that's why we are using command based application which we call them VTY, either telnet, to remotely access the device and configure it. So we call it a telnet. And telnet is using port number TCP port number 23. What is telnet? It's up to you. You have to enable virtual line. It's up to you how many line your device support and how many you can enable. Even though you have a physical interface one, but at a time how many people can connect to your device remotely using the same physical port, but virtually it can be so many guys to connect to your device and configure it on the same time. So we call the VTY. How we do? So let me show you first in router. In router, how we do telnet. So we configure them like a line VTY, and here is it supporting only 5% to connect it on the same time. So I say 0 to 4. It means 5 people can remotely connect to my device and can configure it remotely. And I type password 123 and login. This is the way to enable telnet. So easy in router. How? Let me show you. Let me connect to do show IP and do show IP interface brief. What is this router IP? 10. So let me connect remotely and use telnet. Open, and now I'm in. The password is 123, and now I log into the router. Let me change something so that you can know. 123, what was the password? 111. Yeah. Configuration host name UK. If I say enter, so look at the somebody change remotely my device detail because I'm remotely logging. How I know? Type command who. It says somebody login with VTY. I just told you what is VTY. Virtual terminal line, either virtual teletype. That somebody is connected to VTY with no username because you are using password only, and the IP is this one. You know this is my IP. This is my this device 1.50. I am connected to this R1 remotely. Let me connect another person because I can connect up to 5. So let me do a duplicate session and 1 2 3, and let me do another duplicate session 1 2 3, and let me do another duplicate session 1 2 3. How many is 4? So let me check how many are now connected. Let's say 1 2 3 4, but I am allowed to connect 5 virtually. So let me connect another one as well. Duplicate session 1 2 3. Now 5 is enough. 0 to 4 it was. Who? So now 1 2 3 4 5. It say that somebody is connected to virtual terminal 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. Now after this, when I try, it will give me an error. Look at now. No. It's a network error, connection refuse. Now you have two ways to connect now. At a time 5 people can connect because I say VTY 0 to 4. Either to disconnect from here, clear line number, what line number, like suppose 2. Enter. Now I disconnect one. Now I can connect another guy now if I want, because now I have a space. Yes, now it's going to connect. So this is remotely to connect And you know Telnet is not secure way. But I'm just telling you there that this is also a way to connect to your device remotely and do configuration, management configuration. This is the way to configure Telnet in your router. Now coming to our main topic, how we can do it in a Cisco ASA. Let me close this. Sorry, it's sounding very bad. Okay.
How we can do a read-only telnet?
No, there is a privilege level. We can put, by the way, if you go to enable a question mark, there is privilege level 0 to 15. You can put restriction there that what he can do, this person, and whatever command he can run. But directly there is no such way that you say that, yeah, when he log in through telnet, so he can do only this. Yeah, if you are using Cisco ASA and connect your device and you provide them specific privileges, so he will be only allowed to read only, like a show command. So we have two way, either to use built-in privileges level and assign, and there is, by the way, another, after privileges there is another view, we call them view. You can create view as well, by the way, if the command is here. So let me show you. Okay, view is not in the Cisco ASA, it is in router configuration, parcel view. So there is a parcel view command which you can put whatever you want to assign a specific person. So either if he log in through SSH, either Telnet, either console, he will do only specific things which you allowed it. Maybe it was only read only. Like in your case, read only means like he can only run show command. Even in show command, you can restrict them to show like a show run only, show IP address only, these things. Okay, but directly there is no such way. So we have a parcel view, we have privilege level, and the third and highest level is to connect your devices through Cisco ICE. Cisco ICE is Cisco centralized management system, and from there, whatever you put them, it will be pushed to the devices, and whenever the support guy login, they will only run show command. When administrator login, so you can put restriction and so on. Anyway, so now coming to our topic, now how we can configure Telnet and Cisco ASA, which is totally different from Cisco router. I just show you in Cisco router that you get idea. Here there is no such way to go to line VTY. Here is type telnet directly. Sorry, go to configuration. You have to be in configuration mode. Okay, I'm in Cisco ASA, type telnet. Question mark. It's asking me, give me the IP address who is authorized to access this device through telnet. Now you will ask me how we can do this, the same thing in router, by the way. So in router we want to restrict someone, so we configure access list, like access list 1 permit 192.168 1 dot something else. Let me give them beside my IP, uh, let me give them 1 suppose, and line VTY 0 to 4, and here the command is access class 1 n. I say check this access list, who is allowed, only 1.1, but my IP is 1.50. Can I do telnet? Before I done it, before 2 minutes before I done telnet with this device, but this time I cannot do 1.10. Is my router IP 10? Yeah. If I check, it will say no. Look it. Although no one is logging, because I put restriction, I say only one is allowed. Okay, if I change my IP, then I am allowed, because my IP is 50. If I go to my interface and change this IP to 1, this is the only thing I need to do. Now I can do. I done nothing. Yeah, okay. I just changed nothing, but I just changed my IP only. So if I say telnet, now it will be happen. It has to be happen. If my IP is changed, then it has to be happen.
It is one. No, sir. You have entered 10.
Okay, maybe I put something. So 1.1 I allowed 1.1, yeah. I say only 1.1 is allowed. And my device IP do show IP interface brief. Yeah, 1.10. So this time the telnet has to work. And let me go to telnet. It has to work, by the way. Maybe, yeah, it's working now. 123. But if I change my IP, which I use to my IPS 50, then I cannot connect. So this is a restriction. Normally we use this only give IP of the administrator. So administrator is allowed only, and nobody else in the network can access the device through telnet, even though telnet is enabled. But beside this IP, nobody else can do a telnet with this device. But in Cisco ASA, it's so easy. It's asking me who you want to allowed, authorized to access your device. So I say 192.168.1.50 is my device, okay, which is from inside. Telnet, sorry, I need to subnet mask, by the way. 255, 255, 255, 255 inside. That a person with IP 1.50, which is this guy, is only authorized to do telnet with me, this device, Cisco ASA. So this was the first command to allow only a single person. But you may thinking that no, I need to allow everyone from inside. So just type 0, 0 inside. What is does mean 0 is 0? 0, 0 means 0.0.0, 0.0.0 subnet mask with inside. It's the same thing. That's why it's give me error. I put in shortcut. This is in whole range. So it's up to you which method you want to use. Either maybe you thinking that I want to allow the whole subnet, not everyone. 00 means it can be anyone from any subnet. If I say 192.168 1.0 255 255 255.0 inside, it means anybody coming from this range. It can be 1.10, it can be 150, it can be 1.1, 1.2, and so on. So this method is for that one. Show running telnet. Let me show you. I type all the three commands. This one is for single IP to allowed. This one is for to allowed everyone, and this one is to allowed a specific subnet. If you want to allow a single IP, you have to put full subnet mask. Means check this IP, check this IP, check this IP, and check this IP. Here I say only three, means first IP has to be digits should be this one, then second is should be this one, the third one, and 0 means it can be anything. It can be 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and so on. So it's up to you how you want to enable a telnet and for who you want to enable a telnet. Now coming back telnet and question mark. Second command is a timeout. What is it? Timeout is in minute. By default is 5 minutes. If nobody is logging, somebody is logging from here and they don't want to use them. Suppose I give them 1 minute. That if it is idle for 1 minute, just close the session. Now it's done. But the thing is, yeah, it's okay. Telnet timeout is set, IP address is set, but what about the password and username and all those stuffs? So two things. You remember we can configure telnet by two way. If I type line VTY 0 to 4 login local in router, again I'm in router. So when I do, okay, I cannot do because I put the restriction. So let me go to line VTY and remove no access class 1 and so that I can telnet. So let me do telnet with the router 192.168.1.10 telnet. Now it's asking me a username. Before it was only asking password. So the user is admin, password is 123, which I create before. If you remember, do show run section password. There is a username and password I create. So you have two way. If you put local, it will ask username and password both. If you put no local, it will only ask password. The same is here in Cisco ASA. Now I done these two job only. Show running, I just give them to who can access this device and the timeout. Now the password is password. You remember I just showed you before. 123. That's it. Telnet is configured now. Let's test them. What is the IP address? Show interface IP brief. It is opposite. The command is show interface IP brief. This is the IP address. Let me go to router and do telnet from here. Telnet, go to 1.10, and now it's open. It's asking only a password 123. Now I'm in Cisco ASA. From router I log into Cisco ASA. Either let me go from here because I allowed anybody. So let me type, sorry, IP address 192.168.1.100. This is the IP address of Cisco ASA firewall. And I configure telnet. So let me enable telnet and password is 123. Now I'm in Cisco ASA. How I know? Here I can say show session. Either who command is also working here, by the way. Enable 123 and who. It said two-person is login 1.10, which is my router. I'm doing telnet, and 1.50. So it's working, and means with password, only password, like a router which we configure it. So the same I done it here. I type one command telnet 00 inside, and then I put telnet timeout. Let me show you the timeout as well. I'm doing nothing here for 1 minute. It will be kick out and it will be closed. Okay, with password. Okay, now I need to do it like a router which was asking the username and password both. So if you need a telnet in Cisco ASA to ask username and password, so first create username admin password 123, then type AAA authentication. This time I don't need a serial, I need a telnet. Here is a telnet. And now console is the keyword. Now it's clear to you, yeah. Before I use this console with serial, now I'm using with telnet, and I will say local database. In local database I have a username with admin. So I say whenever somebody is logging through telnet, please ask them the username and password. But when you are not typing this command, it will only ask the password, which we said before, a password only. Now test them again. Let me go to new session. Either duplicate session is better. This time is asking a username, and user is admin and password is 123. But before it was only asking the password. In good way of Cisco ASA, you can say show running telnet, that only show me the configuration of telnet. This command is not available in router. In router we normally do like this one. Let me exit from here. In router we show running and section telnet. There is no telnet, by the way, so I will say VTY. We do like this one, but in Cisco ASA it's a good way that show me only telnet related stuff. So these all are telnet related stuff. And also there is another good way. Just type clear config telnet. Only delete everything related to telnet. Do you think it's deleted? Yes. Let me show you. Show running telnet. There is nothing. Beside this command was the default one. Telnet timeout 5 minutes. I put them a telnet timeout 1 minute. Everything is being deleted, but in router there is no such command. You have to type no telnet, no telnet, no this, no this, no this, then it will be deleted. So this was how to configure telnet in Cisco ASA. So you can type a whole subnet, you can type a single IP, you can type to allow everyone, okay, from inside. You can set a timeout. After this time the session will be closed automatically. If you need only passwords, type this command. If you want username and password both, then you have to go to authentication telnet local, and the command to check it who, and to see only the configuration of telnet, run command show running telnet, and to clear the configuration use config telnet. One last thing, let me tell you, when you configure telnet and router, you can log in from anywhere to telnet, but in Cisco ASA, telnet is only allowed for inside. Let me type, do one thing, telnet 0/0 outside. I configure telnet for outside. Do you think I will do telnet from outside? Even though if I allowed everything, no. This is keep in mind, because telnet is not secure. So Cisco say, okay, you want to configure telnet, it's okay, but I will configure telnet for inside, which is a secure area. But if you want to enable telnet for outside, even it is enabled, but nobody can do telnet with me, because this protocol is not secure protocol. So I will not allow anybody from outside to do telnet, even though you forcefully tell me to allow, but I will not allow anyone. Even though if I allowed a router here, I need some permission. So if I put a permission to allow telnet from outside, again nobody will do telnet. Why? Because this is the default behavior of Cisco ASA. This is a security device, and it will say why you want to configure a telnet for outsider, which is not protected protocol, which sending the traffic and clear text. So keep in mind, and router it doesn't care. You can connect from anywhere, from outside, from inside, from internet. It doesn't care. It's up to you. If you configure a telnet, you can do telnet from anywhere. But in Cisco ASA, it's not allowed. So we done this part. How many session we can allowed? How many people we know? It using port number 23. If you don't need that, it's using 23 port. So you can do Wireshark and you can check it. I show you many times this one. Just click and it will show you that it using port number 23. Okay, and Cisco router we call it VTY, virtual terminal line, but in router, but in Cisco ASA we directly type telnet to configure telnet. Okay, the next one we will do SSH is enough for today.